Hello, I'm Lisa Chrysler, and welcome to another great episode of Community Storytelling Season 7. Thank you, KCAT TV 15, for letting me do this. Thank you, Linda Lester of Leicester Square, for supporting me all these years. And this year, we have a generous anonymous donor to add to the group. So thank you, everybody. And thank you for being here. I'm going to introduce you to a woman right now, and you're probably going to say, oh, I know her. And if you don't know her, you're going to want to know her. She is... I don't even know if I have the right adjective to give to this woman. She just does everything. Her name is Jo Greiner, a senior of distinction. We should start out with that from the Terraces. What year was that? What year did you get that great award?
I think that's 2011.
2011. Okay, so well over a decade ago. So Jo started and runs the St. Luke's Pantry, which is at St. Luke's Episcopal Church on University Avenue in our gorgeous town of Los Gatos. Unbelievable what you do. And you were an English teacher, right?
Right.
For decades.
Right.
In Palo Alto.
Right.
What school?
Gun High School.
And then one day you said, I'm done teaching.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
Or the kids said you're done teaching.
No, the kids did not think I was done. They said, you're going to go on and do something else with people. We just know it. We just don't know who. And how right they were.
So were you living in Palo Alto at the time?
No, I've been in Los Gatos since 1980.
You drove all the way to Palo Alto for 30 years?
Yeah, but it wasn't as bad those days. Of course,
You're
I
right.
left at 6:30 in the morning. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
But so you give up, you retire, and then did you say one morning, what am I going to do now? Or did you already have a plan?
No, I already had an idea because I'd already been, I came here in 1980 and I joined St. Luke's. I had friends there and they said, why don't you join us and help us with the bags? Because we were doing grocery bags and so forth.
Even back in 1980?
Yes, actually it goes back even earlier than that, but we'll say 1980 when we really got going on the bags. And I joined them and I said, when I retire, we've got to up the ante here. Bags aren't enough. We need a soup kitchen. And they said, yeah, right. Are you going to do it? And I said, yes, I will. And so that's what happened. We started a soup kitchen. And
how do you start that?
Well, I made it an ecumenical experience because I knew folks at St. Mary's and the United Methodist
Sure,
Church.
we have such great churches in Los Gatos.
Do.
And synagogues.
And we even had the Baha'i, and we had the church up in Skyline. I had a whole group, and so we met at St. Luke's about once a month and started planning. And lo and behold, they all volunteered, so it was an ecumenical volunteer sort of situation. We agreed on Tuesday mornings.
And what was so magical about Tuesdays? Because it still is Tuesday.
Is it?
Not today,
No.
But I mean,
Yeah, it still is.
St. Luke's Pantry is open on Tuesdays.
I'm not sure. I think it's because, of course, we used to give out the bags on Tuesday.
All right,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so we just kept with that. And then we invited them in.
And how did you invite them in? Who was them?
Them are our unhoused community.
And I love how you say that, unhoused community. Thank you.
Yes, and they, most of them, who I know well now, we have basically, at that time, we had maybe 20 regulars. Now we have 18 regulars. Most of them are seniors.
Are they all men?
No, we have 5 women, and all but 2 are seniors, actually, at this point. So you can see they've been around a long time. They've been with us, some of them over 20 years, almost as long as I've been there. And, of course, they have their issues, and...
Don't we all?
Don't we all? And it's become a community. It really has become a community. As a matter of fact, one of them said to me, this is my real home. And I was very touched by that.
So they get a lunch, and tell me what lunch normally is on a Tuesday.
Well, so we serve a hot meal. So we either have a soup or a casserole. Now these are all prepared by the volunteers. So I have different volunteers every week.
And are they volunteers from St. Luke's Episcopal Church or from all the churches?
Right now it's primarily St. Luke's.
All right.
St. Mary's has been very dominant.
Yes.
And, the Methodist Church and others. But I would say St. Luke's right now is carrying pretty much the weight of that.
And they come and make the meal in your kitchen?
No, they bring the meal because we
bring
have what they call a deli kitchen. so we can't really do that except we kind of cheat at Thanksgiving and slip a turkey in there. But
Okay, I got to ask, what's a deli kitchen? No stove, no
filling
oven?
sandwiches. Yeah,
Okay,
you have
okay.
to do
Sandwiches, okay.
Yeah. So we have sandwiches. Someone makes sandwiches. We have soup. We have casserole. We have dessert, fruits. It's really a very nice meal.
I'm coming.
And recently, the students from Los Gatos High School, the Leos from the Lions Club, Leos is their student outreach,
Sure.
have been coming on Monday afternoons and doing all the bags, because we prepare 18 grocery bags, and it takes about an hour, and they come right after school, and they are right on it. They know the drill, and they have a tremendously good attitude. There's something kind of cute about these 4 kids that I'm working with right now. They said, we're the uncool kids. I said, wait a minute, who are the uncool kids? We're the mountain kids.
Ah.
And I said, so there's a song on the uncool kids, the cool kids. And so they start singing that. But in my mind, they are very cool kids. Great attitude.
Absolutely. And so on Tuesday, the 18 people, and it's almost the same 18 every week.
Just about.
And they all know each other. They're all friends now. They're a group. They're their own group.
They really look after each other. That's very true.
They have a hot lunch, and then they leave with a bag of groceries.
Yeah, they do. And then on Thursdays, they go to the United Methodist Church, where they get a meal. We're all an umbrella here. And they have a shower.
These are mainly, you said, unhoused people. I guess maybe they all are unhoused people.
Well, we should be very specific. They all are unhoused as we would know it, but 4, 5 now are in their cars, vans or cars. 3 of them have animals. We have 2 dogs and a cat involved here that we feed as well. And then we have 2 gentlemen who are in houses, but we use that term loosely. These houses, they're kind of...
Makeshift tent, maybe?
No, it's a house.
Oh, it is a house.
But there's no heat.
All right.
And very, very basic. We do give out tents, so at least 8 to 9 of our folks are in tents. We give out, all of the basically supplies that they need to live outdoors. And of course, that includes, we go through tons of propane and batteries because they're doing various heating situations. And stoves and all of that. So
who supports you? Where are you getting all these donations?
Okay, so we get our primary donor, and they have been for 10, 15 years, maybe it's coming up to 20, is the afternoon morning Rotary. They raise money at their Crab Fest. Crab
I'm
feed.
Afternoon Rotary.
Okay, you're the one.
I did know it, but I wanted you to say it.
And Tina.
Tina, yes, Tina.
She comes every week loaded with all kinds of stuff to enhance our
But that
bags.
I did not know. They haven't told me that. I'm going to start bringing bags of food now. Tell me what kind of food you want people to drop off.
Well, right now we're fine on that, but I'll tell you, one of the things that they love are the cup of noodles.
Sure.
Because they can boil water and heat those. They love
They're
the
full
chicken.
of salt, but okay.
Yeah, they do. That's right. They know it. But they love the chicken. Well, basically, do you want me to run by what we've...
I'm just, people want to give.
Sure. Chili, soup, hearty soup, no condensed soup, but really hearty soup, like chicken and vegetable soup or beef vegetable, that kind of thing. Peanut butter, creamy, tuna, applesauce, fruit cups.
How are they warming these things up?
Well, I never have watched them warm them up, but they find a way to do it. That's why we have given them Coleman stoves, or they have been given equipment. They find a way. And
They have to.
And then they eat collectively. Not all of them are collective. There are several encampments of maybe 3 or 4, and then there are several that are solo. They choose to be solo. And then a couple of tent folks that have their tents close together, so they formed a little encampment. And the LGPD, this is very important. The LGPD,
Los Gatos Police Department.
Yes, works very, very closely.
Hear that.
And we have a liaison, Riley Frizzell, marvelous young man who comes every week to the pantry. He's a non-anxious presence. They love him. We love him. and he just has a way of knowing what everybody's up to. And also Sergeant Bill Hoyt has been marvelous.
I know Sergeant, yes.
Oh, he has been marvelous.
He's quite the community man.
Yes,
he really is.
Those two, I couldn't have done it without them, really.
So you went from educating lives to saving lives. You are saving lives, and you know that.
I don't think
you are saving lives.
Maybe we are. I didn't think of it like that.
Well,
but I think of us as serving lives.
You are serving and saving lives, because where would these 18 people be without you?
Well, I think we have made a big difference, and we have to. I think Sue, before me, talked about the hotel program.
We're talking about Sue from St. Vincent de Paul.
Sue Amadian, marvelous person. Our team worked with the town of Los Gatos. I'm sure she shared all of that. We were able to get money for the hotel
vouchers, which
That's been huge.
I've only lived in Los Gatos for the last 4 years. And what I have noticed, really the last 2 years, the town is taking a bigger role.
They are.
In looking after the unhoused in a big way.
I have to say that we pushed them a bit.
And I'm glad you did say that.
Yes.
And I bet you that's very true.
Yes. We formed a team that it consisted again of 4 people from St. Vincent de Paul and 2 people from United Methodist, and I represent St. Luke's, and we formed a team. We called A Place at the Table. That was our team, is our team, and we began to advocate. And so we got the attention of Rob Moore, who has been marvelous, and Maria, our ex-mayor. They have just been tremendous in terms of advocacy.
Tell us who these 18 people are. And I know, you
mean
one,
name them?
No. I mean, what type of people are they?
Bit?
Because I bet you, I walk by them when I'm taking
sure
walks in downtown. But I think people need to have a story behind the faces to know that these aren't frightening people. These are people who have had some bad luck, some terrible luck along the way.
They have.
And they're human beings.
Well, and also I've discovered that many of them had childhood abuse, were abused emotionally and physically, and had to leave, basically had to leave when they were teenagers. That's a very prevalent theme right there, and that's something to really pay attention to.
But you have seen I'm sure you have seen such a change in them. What has that change been since they've started coming to St. Luke's Food Pantry?
Well, first of all, they're very proud to be citizens of Los Gatos. They consider themselves, this is their community. So when people say, why aren't you going to San Jose or Santa Cruz? They said, that's not our home. This is our home. This is our community.
I think some of them grew up here.
And at least a third, maybe more than a third, graduated from high school here. We have 2, as I said, most of them were seniors, but we have 2 who are younger, one in particular, who's still working on a high school credential.
Oh, my.
A bit older, but has gone back to that. And so we've encouraged him to complete that. But let's see, how can I describe them? I'm so personally involved with them.
And I get it. And you don't want to reveal secrets. But I just think it's important to know who these folks are.
Yeah.
And to know what you're doing for them.
Well, we've got several gentlemen that are absolute ace computer folks. I mean, they go to the library. They help us out because they are so good. They're techies, total techies. And then we've got others who have held jobs. I've got one guy who's a terrific handyman, and we are able to get jobs from time to time. I have another working at Whole Foods, recently got a job at Whole Foods and is doing well.
Are these kind of like your kids? It almost sounds like they are, because
you've
seen them grow.
Kids, so maybe they are. I feel like extended family.
I bet
they know that, and and then the women. Some of the amazing. One of the women lived in Europe. Her husband was a professor, and things went awry, I think, due to some mental illness there on her part. But she's very, very intelligent and avid reader. A lot of them spend a lot of time in the library reading, or again with the computers. They know how to do that. And, and if you saw them, they're not the ones pushing the carts.
Right. Well, we don't see much of that in Los Gatos. No.
There are a couple. But
there are.
There are more than the 18 in Los Gatos. I was told that we have about 45.
Wow, that number has increased a lot then.
Yeah, and I think a lot of them are on what we call the north side. They're over on the other side of Los Gatos, and they don't attend. It's not that we wouldn't have them, but they don't choose to attend. And there are others who in town have just made that choice. And there's one gentleman, you've probably seen him down at the post office in the wheelchair. Many people have commented on him to me.
Yes.
So what we do, we take food to him because he doesn't want to come. He doesn't want to come to us, and for various reasons. And so we reach out to him, and we've done that with some others. And we also we've got several families, believe it or not. Yeah.
Hate to hear that, but I'm sure you do.
Several families, and so they don't come, but we find out what their needs are, and in one case we're helping with the rent.
So you're not only feeding, you are a referral. You are a one-person referral service.
Well,
it sounds like.
we're going definitely beyond food.
Yeah.
Definitely beyond food. Yeah.
How can we help you?
How can you help us?
Yes.
Well, I think that the greatest thing is to support us.
And how do we do that?
Well,
Don't be shy. This is your chance. We want to help.
I'm not sure how to answer it though.
Well, I guess take a donation down to St. Luke's.
Well, that would be lovely.
That would be the easiest thing.
Yes, St. Luke's Pantry Fund is the fund that I run.
All right.
So you'd make a check to St. Luke's Pantry Fund, and if you wanted to earmark it for food or camping supplies or sleeping bag or something that you wanted to
Okay, earmark
specifically,
it. Sure.
that would be one way. Another way would be, of course, this is assuming that you've met one of them or more of them, and that would just smile and say hello, greet them.
Smile
eye to
goes
eye.
a long way.
Yeah, but that's tricky because you don't know really. Although I think people do know some of them. They're pretty visible and about. So I just also town meetings, if there's something specifically that comes up about the unhoused community, as has been, it would be great to have support there, and someone come up to the mic and say, I really want to support this cause.
Well, you are incredible. You are unbelievable. I wish there was an even bigger award than a Seniors of Distinction for you, because it is just amazing what you have done in 17 years. This is your baby.
Actually, it's 25
25. Oh, my goodness. Okay. So St. Luke's Food Pantry is 25 years young. And here's to you. You are fabulous. Thank you so much for what you do.
Thank you.
And, this is what it's all about, community storytelling. People doing wonderful things. And it's going to be hard to find somebody doing something more than this woman over here, Jo Greiner. But if you've got that person, please go nominate them at kcat.org under Community Storytelling. And thank you so much for being with us today. It's Community Storytelling. I'm Lisa Chrysler, and thank you for being with us at KCAT TV 15.